Hi, this is John Pierce from Single Track Analytics, and in this video we're going to show you how to create a flat table report from the BPCI 360 Bundled Payment Analytics program. A lot of times people don't want a pivot table type report. They're looking for something that looks like a flat report, something like what I'm highlighting here, where you simply have columns of data that come out of the data model, and you just want a table rather than a standard pivot table type report where you have the hierarchies and drill downs and things like that. So let me show you how to do that. We're going to start in the Power Pivot menu here. This is Excel 2013, so you want to go into the data model. So we're going to start with the Power Pivot menu. We're going to go to Manage. That opens up the data model, and we're going to go to the Pivot Table button here. But if you notice, there's a little pull-down arrow here, and if you hit the pull-down arrow, you get options as to what you're going to create. You don't have to just create a pivot table. You can create a chart and a table. You can create two tables. You can create 4 charts. And the option that you have here is to create a flattened pivot table, which is what we were just looking at. So I'm going to select the flattened pivot table and tell it that I want to create a new worksheet, and it'll spin around a little bit. And now you've got a flattened pivot table. So we want data out of the episodes table, and what we probably want here is things like the episode ID, and this is real data, so I'm not going to use the actual episode ID. I'm going to use a fake episode ID that I created here. We're going to bring in the episode ID, and we probably want to bring in the episode family, which is going to tell us what groups of DRGs we've got, and we may want to bring in the individual DRG. So we're going to want the index DRG, and we usually want to have something to summarize it by, so we probably want the average episode cost, or total net episode payment is probably okay. And we could bring in something like the is fracture episode from one of our other videos if you wanted to see whether it was a fracture or not. And this is pretty close to what you want, but it's not quite there because we've got all these subtotals in here. You can see there's a subtotal here and a subtotal here, and that's not really what we want. But this is Excel, and this is an Excel table, and we know how to work with Excel tables, right? So we're going to go into the pivot table tools. You may not be able to see this up at the top of the video screen, but this is a context-sensitive menu. It pops up when you're clicking in a pivot table, and it says Pivot Table Tools at the top. And over here, there's 2 options. One is Analyze, one is Design. And I've clicked on Design, and I'm going to come over here to Subtotals, and I'm going to say Do Not Show Subtotals. Okay. And now all of our subtotals are gone, and we've got the flattened pivot table that you'd probably like to see. So hopefully this is helpful to you, and as always, we're interested in feedback on how we can help you better and help you work with BPCI 360 in a much more efficient way. Thank you for watching.